We bring in Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, Democrat from Illinois, and a member of the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, great seeing you.
Good to be with you this morning, Jose.
Thanks. I want your reaction first to what you heard from Secretary Clinton today.
Absolutely on point. I said this very, very early on. This is the first chance I'm going to have in over 22 years here in the House of Representatives to actually vote for diplomacy and to vote for peace and not to vote for another war. I think it's a historic achievement on the part of this president. And in the end, Jose, should they not keep their part of the bargain, we have the tools necessary to take it out and to disarm any nuclear attempt from Iran. But in the interim period, what they're saying is, we're going to take all our nuclear installations and all of the advances we made, we're going to disarm and we're going to look towards peace. I say let's give the opportunity for diplomacy and peace a chance. I'm so excited. And what Senator Clinton said just a moment ago is absolutely right. This country can take military action, but shouldn't we first give diplomacy and our position of world leadership, right? Look, we've accomplished with Iran something we could never have accomplished alone. We accomplished it because we are now part of a national leadership, a global leadership. We couldn't have done it in the United Nations. We couldn't have done it alone. But if we have to go it alone, we will go it alone to make sure they never acquire a nuclear weapon. Congressman,
we heard from Speaker Boehner just moments ago on that same topic. Let me play for you the other side.
Listen, this is a bad deal. Most Americans oppose it. Most members of Congress oppose it, including the top Democrats on the Foreign Affairs Committee in both the House and the Senate. At this point, I think the president has lost this debate with the American people. He lost it the moment that he agreed to a deal that allows Iran to stay on a path to develop a nuclear weapon.
And do you think, Congressman, that this is something that the House of Representatives and the Senate should take up very vigorously, a thorough look at this deal one way or another? Sure.
But, Jose, let's be clear. The Speaker knows that the vast majority of his membership said no to the deal before they even read the deal. So, you know, they were against it from the very beginning. So it wasn't as though you had a Republican caucus or Speaker of the House that was going to say, hey, let's sit down and talk about this. They were against it from the very beginning for partisan political purposes. So having said that, look, we're going to have a debate today. We're going to have a debate tomorrow in the House of Representatives. We're going to have a vote. They have until the 17th of September to either vote to accept it or to reject the deal. After that, it will become part of what has been negotiated, and the deal will be what it is. So, look, Jose, I doubt very much that there's ever going to even be a vote in the Senate. Today we have 41 Democratic senators who have pulled together, and I have a funny feeling that this is never going to allow a vote. So maybe we'll have a vote in the Senate. We will have a vigorous debate regardless on this issue. But in the end, I believe that the agreement, because what Speaker Boehner does ever tell you, or the opponents, they don't tell you what the better deal is. They don't tell you what the alternative to this is. I know that there are two people I listened to over the weekend. Dick Cheney, a warmonger, and Colin Powell, a man who has served this nation. And Colin Powell says we should move forward with this deal. You know, I'm going to go with Colin Powell.
Hey, Congressman, very quickly, if I could, your response to this wave of migrants that have been crossing into Europe. You're on the Judiciary. Secretary Kerry's going to speak to you today. What is it that you think the United States should or could or maybe not be doing to help in this?
Well, look, we are a world leader. We are particularly responsible for the chaos and the lack of civil government that exists in our intervention in Iraq. We knew what could possibly happen there. We knew that the spillover into Syria is part of that intervention. We have a responsibility. Certainly, we cannot challenge Germany to do better, France to do better, Italy to do better. I think we should follow the Pope Francisco's call, and we should take in immigrants to this country and refugees that are fleeing this terrible, horrendous situation.
Congressman, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for being with me this morning.
Thank you.